This is not meant for children. I did my quota for a couple. Now let's get started. My name is Retro. The first time you see my channel, I use review cartoon series, anime series, or something completely random. And today I thought, why not talk about Totally Spies Renewal season? Because I felt that it's kind of not a great idea to have a renewal season. It doesn't really make sense because you have good solid 6 seasons. And a movie, and I'm 100% someone will say that down comment if I don't say it. Besides that, it's something that Totally Spies, if you've not really heard of it or know what it is, especially this teenager who in high school who got chosen by the organization called Whoop, who basically looking for the certain people who have the spy gene, whoever have the spy gene, they're able to be a great, amazing spy. So they actually hunt them down and let them join Whoop. And you see the adventures of Sam, Clover, and Alex taking on all type of supervillains, that the wacky and the strange to the more serious and random. Besides that, this series doesn't really have continuity, or even the main characters are well in depth. They're basically kind of almost simple characters. They're very one noted, but you have their moments sort of development. But of course, whatever development they have or epiphanies, they never really continue on. They usually just known as that sort of cliche characters, like one of the girls is a smart person, the other girl is a tomboy, the other one is obsessed with boys and fashion, and basically that it's pretty simple to know them. That's it. That I kind of wish they have something more to them. That's why I kind of got disappointed if they decide to renew a new season, because that really doesn't make sense, because the series doesn't really need a renewal. You could reset and watch them again, like the same episode over and over again. Of course, to me, if you want to introduce new people with this new show, I felt the best approach is sort of maybe a reboot, different art style, make them a little bit more interesting in some continuity. I mean, add trying to do something fresh with this new characters. I mean, keep the same formula, but give some continuity. They have to be episode by episode, continuing on to something different. It's just something unique about them, something interesting to see, sort of like arc, in other words. And to be fair, that they try. I mean, they really try. They actually, in the series, they attempted like a few different things. One of them is when the show got canceled, they got renewed again for another 3 seasons. They decided to promote the cast for a college kind of adventures, but it's still the same. It wasn't that different. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm kind of afraid to be the same even more while any new changes. Now they also attempt a different way, like adding official villains to kind of face from the girls. But the only problem is they never decide to, I don't know, develop the villains or give them sort of backstory, what actually happened in that moment to define who they are. So make more interesting the villains to fight the girls. Yeah, they never actually attempted to do that. The closest one is his Jerry evil brother, who is just tired of his big brother being the best. And that's it. That you really go in depth into that. I feel that's a bigger disappointing, because I'm sort of obsessed with breaking down evil villains and their motivations to see how they challenge the girls. In fact, there only been 2 characters I feel was a really good idea to bring them back on and fully flesh out. One of them is called the director, who basically got fired because he was obsessed with sort of action-packed, that defining kind of movies, sort of kind of like Michael Bay. Well, no in restrictions, just got white mad. In the end, he became sort of like Jigsaw from Saw, that just put the girl sort of scenario, sort of kind of cliche, kind of adventure scenarios. They're about to die, but of course, the director is probably the only one who sort of challenged them. So that's why I feel that he never got forgotten, because he was actually pretty interesting. The second kind of character is the ultimate spy. I can't remember the guy's name. This guy has basically the same time of the girls, but beyond. He's handsome, clever, and just very resourceful, and always one up them. Of course, he was sort of the main villain of that episode. Yeah, I was wondering, why not bring him back? I mean, he was interesting because the chance goes so different ways, and something that I feel that's sort of potential never grabs that idea. Just continuing that character coming back. You don't have to be every single episode, but something that keep the fans in their toes, in other words. But of course, that's kind of a missed opportunity, and I understand this is sort of episodic by episode, but it's something that is sort of interesting. It decides to continue on, bring those two characters back a little bit more often. Especially, you have a very creative world to play with, but the same thing over and over again. So I want something fresh. Like, if they have to continue the series, why not, I don't know, make him the leaders of Whoop? The scene there become the new Jerry, to train this new other professionals who are not yet know what to do. In Sam, Alice, and Clover, introduce them on the world of Spies and show them the ropes. To me, that's sort of interesting to see how they bounce off the new rookies and the senior veterans kind of deal with this sort of issues. That they see them, they're still not yet there yet. You like see that sort of change if they decide to continue the series. But of course, if not, continue doing the same thing. Why not? I guess fans will be happy. I mean, I'd be more happy if they did it sort of like the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, the original Powerpuff Girls. They do a sort of special once in a long while, just to please the fans. And I think that's I kind of want. Just they do a sort of 1 or 2 episode specials in each other year. Just one special a month or a year in this case, to make it sort of fresh and unique and special with the fans. And that's it. That's all I ask. But of course, yeah, I'm 100% sure that's always a bad idea, because you give them something just a little bit, they want more. And I see maybe why they want a continuous series. But at the same time, you really need a continuous series. You have 6 seasons and a movie, and I feel that's pretty good enough. Because if you continue what? It's the same thing. That's why I prefer maybe a reboot. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but at the same time, it makes more sense just doing the same thing over and over again. You just the reboot do something unique, some continuity. That's the thing I'm mostly asking about. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just delusional. Tell me, if you're a fan, you prefer a continuous series or a reboot, different characters, different scenarios, and some continuity, or you prefer neither, you just don't care. Tell me down below. I got nothing else to say. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.